Holy cow! What? I hit the button and nothing happened. Nothing. It didn't go. I was like, what? The fuck? Why aren't you streaming? Computer? Had to reboot the router. That's what I did. I'm a technical genius. I know. I told you. I'm an IT genius. When stuff like that happens, I don't panic. Because I know that if anybody can fix it, I can. I can fix it. Bring up the chat here. I don't know if the chat's even going. I don't know if I'm live. I think I'm live. Am I live? Am I live? Nobody's talking. Wait a minute. There we go. I see some people moving. Okay, I think I'm live. Goodness gracious. Let me gather myself. I have a cup. Can I have a drink of coffee? You guys mind? Hold on. Hold on a minute. Welcome to your Vape at 5. I am your host. I'm BlackCat. Today, let me tell you. Now listen. Are you listening? Has everybody got their ears open? Can you hear me loudly, clearly? There's rare moments in life. There's rare, special moments in a person's existence where you get to witness greatness. LeBron James, Game 7 of the NBA Finals when they won it. Greatness. He made a block like in the fourth quarter. That was unbelievable. They were like coming down. The Golden State was coming down to score, and he like ran all the way down the court and blocked it. It was like one of the greatest plays I've ever seen by a basketball player in my life. Michael Jordan, Game 6 against the Cavs, hits that shot, fade away, back in like 85, 86, 88. I don't know, back then. Well, today, you're going to see Scott Seegans. What's up, dude? How you doing, Scotty? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Today, you're going to get to see greatness. You're going to get to see the greatest coil builder in the universe. Me. Building coils. That's what you're going to get to see. So, I want everyone to be ready for this. You may, I don't know. Do you got your VCR hooked up? Hit the record button if you do. Because literally, this might be something extremely grandiose. How's everybody doing? Great to see you. Glad you are here. Today is Tuesday. Today is the day that typically we're going to do interview day. We didn't do that today, but we were going to do, I had a couple options. So I threw it out there earlier today. I said, do you guys want a recovery show? Or do you want a build show? Now, I did a recovery show last week. We did After the Shame. It's fantastic. I got a lot of great feedback on it. And I'll tell you, it felt really, really good to do it. So really, really liked it. But people said, hey, we haven't seen you build in a while. And I was like, well, no, nobody has. So I figured I would do a build day today. So that is what we're going to do. Nothing fancy. I did a 26 gauge D-core before I came on live. And probably just we'll do either 3-core square wire or 4-core square wire, one of the two. One that I'll probably wrap up and then be able to give out on the weekend. So anyway, that is what's on the schedule today. I'm going to braid. You need to do a braid, Jane. I don't know if you know. I am not a female. I do not do braids. You're saying, is that sexist? Well, I guess. I don't know, because I don't do braids. My wife does braids with hair. I don't do braids. Now, that's not for, I am a manly man here. I mean, look at me. I'm a manly man. Wife sent me a video today. She's like, hey, did you look outside at the where the sub pump water comes out? I said, no, should I? She said, yeah, you probably should have. I said, why? She showed it to me, and there was no pipe connected to it. It was just gushing all over the ground. So, oh, that's not good. So I had to take care of that. That was part of my day today. Some other stuff I did today for the patrons, which is fantastic. Great news. If you know what that is, please don't say anything, because that is a secret for the patrons. All right, guys, great to see everybody. We're going to, now, I have a giveaway today, as I do every day with Canada. So today's giveaway is going to be for Tony Build Toronto. we're going to give away 2 sets of coils for Tony. To enter that giveaway, you're going to put a number between 1 and 150 in yesterday's episode of the Vape at 5. It is episode, I believe it's 224. Are we at 225 now? Yeah, so it's episode 224 of the Vape at 5. So please get in there, get your number in between 1 and 150 to win Tony's coils today. Remainder of the week, yesterday we gave out GTS Mustang and Miguel. Today's Tony Voodoo coils is tomorrow. Vaping Elevator Guy and Vapor BMI are Thursday, and then Friday is Indrid 21. Plus, we're going to do 2 RDA giveaways, or 1 RDA giveaway for sure that day. To enter that giveaway, you're going to go to Ohm Canada's page. The link is below. And you're going to repost a picture from their page with the hashtag BlackCatFam at Ohm Canada. Make sure you do that, guys. Make sure you do that. These guys are absolutely fantastic. And I hope you got a chance to look at some of their builds yesterday. I know if you watched the feature, you know what I'm talking to. Just some unbelievable skill, and really, really happy to do this. So, without further ado, I'm going to go through. I'm going to say hi to everybody. I'm going to be fast, though. I'm going to be fast. I got to do this build, and then I got to do a fucking giveaway. Jesus. Why do I put myself in these situations? I could just sit here and talk the entire time. I could sit here and talk all the time. Probably get more viewers. I probably would. Than trying to, like, have a show. Just tough life, man. Let's say hi to everybody. Fuck it. Anarchy Coil. What's up, Anarchy? How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Glad you're here. Soon to be featured builder on Big Boy Builds and Reviews. Shane, how are you, man? Great to see you. Glad you are here, sir. Big G. What's up, Big G? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Glad you are here. BlackCat Whiteface. Had a presentation today at work, 2 o'clock. Had a presentation. I give it. Boss came up to me about, I don't know, like 11 o'clock. He's like, hey, Scott. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you ready for that presentation today? I was like, I can't wait to watch. He's like, watch it. So, yeah. I said, no, you're giving the present. I said, I'm giving it? He said, yeah. So I was just messing with you, dude. I was just messing with you. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for this presentation you would not believe. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I got a presentation? What am I presenting? So I'm going through my calendar, and I'm like, what meeting do I have at 2 o'clock? And what am I presenting? Because I have no idea. Look at my calendar. Oh, sure enough, there's a meeting there. Sure enough, it says Scott presenting. I nailed it. Nailed it. Went in there like a boss. I sat down. I said, nobody will talk during this. I said, I want all your attention, 100% listening immediately. Do not talk. Do not make any noise. This is going to change your life. I didn't say that exactly, but kind of said that. I was kind of like, look, this is going to be one of the greatest presentations you guys have ever seen. So listen, you guys need to pay attention to this. Went right into it. Knocked it out of the park. I'm going to get fired, probably. More than likely, I'm going to get fired. Probably within the next, like, 3 months. Yeah. That was my day. Bones the Skater. Great to see you, Bones. Glad you are here. Buddha Vapes. What's up, Buddha? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Cal's Irons, a man with $1 million swivel. Good to see you, brother. Cal's, good to see you. I got confused there. I was getting ready to take a drink. I said, good to see you, good to see you. Like 2 times because I was getting ready to take a drink. My mind was trying to make sure the water got my mouth. Didn't think about what I was saying. Good to see you, Cal's. That's 3 times. Charles McLaren. He's a baron. He fucking owns everything. He owns YouTube. Oh my God. Charles, do you own YouTube? You do, don't you? Listen, do something about getting my videos pushed up to the top. Like, literally, you can look at, like, if you look at a review, like, say you want to see a review of, I don't know, the top side. Want to see a review of the topside dual? I did one. Did you see that? I did it about 3 weeks ago. If you Google topside dual review, like, you can't even find me. I'm like literally, there's like a 7-year-old kid who reviews the topside dual that's ahead of me. Yeah, he's like 7. He's like, hey, I like Incredible Hulk. His video's ahead of mine, way ahead of it, up top. Probably should report him. I probably should have been a responsible adult. I was just pissed that he got more views than me. Darkside Coil, it's great to see you, man. Glad you are here. Demons Builds, what's up, Demons? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining. Glad you are here. Fabian, how you doing, Fabian? Great to see you. Super glad you are here. Nick Fenton, what's up, Nick? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, sir. Super glad you are here, man. Frankenstein. Good to see you, Frank. Glad you're here, brother. HB Coils up, Henry. How are you, man? Great to see you, sir. Glad you're here. Ian Foo, what's up, Foo? Fu Manchu, don't foo me. You won't get food again. Guarantee you that. I could go on and on, Foo. I could go on and on with it. It's fantastic. I love that name. We're going to get you a really, really good nickname. I'm telling you. I'm going to be working on that tonight. Tonight, I'm going to get out my notepad, start scripting. That's what I do for all you guys. Get out. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I just talk. Sometimes a fucking name comes out. But tonight, Tonight, I'm going to get out my notepad. I'm going to write down some names for Ian Foo. Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu is fucking... You ever heard the band Fu Manchu? Fucking fantastic. I love them. It's like all distorted sound. Fucking great band. I used to listen to that when I drank a lot. Where the fuck was I? Ian Nelson. What's up, Ian? How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Glad you are here. Jane Dodd. Jane, I don't do braids. No. No. These hands do not braid. These hands make magic and sweet love. That's what these hands do. Right here. You see them? No braiding. I probably need to learn how to braid. I saw Nick do a braid. So if Nick did a braid, I should probably do a braid too. Yeah. So I probably need to learn how to do it. It just looks so confusing. And I don't know. Like, oh, my finger goes here and this. I can't figure that out. No, I know my finger goes on the drill, the button here, and that's it. I know if I press that button, the drill goes faster, and then I just wrap it on. That's easy. That's like very basic stuff for me. My hand's doing all this stuff. Like, I'm not a fucking puppeteer. Do I look like Jim Henson? What do you want, Gonzo? What a fucking roll today. Watch out. Holy shit. Somebody stop me. Jeff H. Jeff S. Great to see you, man. Glad you are here, Sir Sealer. Ain't his last name, that's why I say. Jerry Lawrence, what's up, Jerry? How are you, brother? Great to see you. Glad you're here. JFM Development. How you doing, JFM? Great to see you, man. Super glad you're here. Joseph Searle, how you doing, man? Great to see you, dude. I am super glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying. Well, hope I can make this commute home for you a little bit easier, brother. Great to see you. Mr. Gunther, what's up, Matt? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Glad you are here. Mailman Vapes, too. He delivers the fucking mail, and he vapes, too. Good to see you, man. Glad you are here. Mark Pro Vapes, good to see you, brother. Glad you are here, my friend. Matt Chandler, what's up, Chandler? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Mate, good to see you, brother. Glad you are here. Mr. Pebble, my Pebble, what's up, Pebble? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Glad you're here. Rick McCraw, what's up, Rick? How you doing? About ready to be featured here on the Vape. I told him last time, like, get your fucking coils over here. It's like, what do you want? I was like, what do you think I want? Want some fucking awesome coils, man. Send them over. He's like, okay, well, really, what do you want me to send you? I was like, I don't know, some aliens or something. Some people think, He's like, okay, that's easy. I'll just send them over this weekend. Thanks, Rick, man. I love you, brother. I'm so glad to feature you. Looking forward to it. Scott Zegans, yo, yo, yo. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, man? Scott, now, Scott is a representative of several excellent companies in the community and just a really fantastic guy. Like one of the nicest guys I ever met my entire life. Just a fucking super duper Scott. I threw a super duper, and he's got a fantastic name, Scott. That's a great name. Literally. Like everybody has a gay friend named Scott, don't they? Well, I'm not gay. Neither are you. But I'm just saying. We can make fun of our own name because, you know, it's Scott. But it kind of is true. Like if you ask your friends, like, do you have a gay friend named Scott? They'll be like, eh. Like, is that Scott gay? Be like, no, not me. I'm not gay. I like boobs. Well, I like boobs for the most part. A lot. I do. Good to see you, Scott. Glad you're here. Sean Roberts, good to see you, man. How you doing, Sean? Glad you are here. Simple Vapes. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Glad you're here. Stand Up 3D. What's up, Jesse? How you doing, man? Great to see you, brother. I am glad you're here. Stephen Aiken with Bacon. How you doing, Stephen? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Mr. Todd Black. What's up, Todd? How are you, sir? Great to see you. Tom Irvin. What's up, Tom? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Had a little conversation with you today. Hope you're doing well, man. Tommy to the motherfucking V. What's up, Tommy Vapors? Great to see you. Vape at Pete's Place. What's up, Pete? How are you, man? Great to see you. Super glad you're here. And my brother from another mother, Mr. Woodtick Mike. Great to see you guys. All right. Super happy. Super happy. I'm losing my voice. I think I'm getting a cold. That does not work out for the Vape 5 at all. Let me have a vape. I need to chill out. Let me have a vape. I had a Mountain Dew on the way home. That's what's wrong right now. It's a Mountain Dew. Now I got coffee. Like, I'm probably going to be up to like 6 in the morning. Won't be able to sleep. Oh, well. I can shut it off. Like basically like a machine. Like I'll be super, super amped. And then you'll be like sleep. And I'll be like, I'm knocked right out. It's my superpower. I just fucking shut off like a machine. Hey, Snappy Builds, how you doing, man? Kenny Holt, what's up, brother? Clint, what's up, Clint Johnson? How you doing, man? Great to see you. Tony Berry, did I get you, Tony? Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. All jacked up on Mountain Dew. God damn it, I come across this table like a spider monkey. All jacked up on Mountain Dew. All right, so today, you know, I always say, if you're looking to get into coil building, it's a blast. It really is. And not only that, but you're really going to get into a community of people that are very willing to help you and supportive, and just really good people. Just really, really good people. And of course, there's their bad eggs and everything. But for the most part, the people that I've met in this community are just absolutely fantastic. And they really, really want to help you. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's a lot of time and it's a lot of money. It's a hobby. I mean, that's what it is. You know, you're going to devote, you know, your blood, sweat, and tears to it. You know what I mean? So it's something that, but you can do it leisurely as well. You know, if you just like, you know, if you just want to buy a Daedalus, the thing that makes Claptons for you, sit there and make Claptons all day, or make fuse Claptons. You can with that as well. That's coil building, you know, and that's something that can be fun. You just sit and you move the drill, I think, a little bit, and it rolls on down, and it's super easy to do. But if you want to do, you know, handmade coils, that takes a little bit of it doesn't, I wouldn't say so much. It does take skill. It does take skill, but it takes patience. It really takes patience, and you have to be willing to really commit to trying to do it. One of the most important builds that you can do, and really a benchmark, well, it isn't really a benchmark, it is a benchmark build, and coil building is the Alien Coil, and it's my favorite. It's by far my favorite. It's my favorite to make. It is my favorite to vape. It is my favorite to look at. I like study them. I think they're fantastic. It's the most aesthetically pleasing build to me, straight up. It's clean. It's just beautiful, beautiful build. So today, I do a lot of aliens. If you watch, I used to do them quite a bit. Like, I used to do them every day. And kind of got old, so that's why I kind of do different things on the show now. But I haven't done one in a while. I think last build I did was simple builds, and I did like a fuse Clapton and a Clapton. And I think before that was a Suka, and then before that was an Enigma. So I haven't done just a straight alien video in probably like 3 or 4 months, guys. It's been a while. Probably hasn't seemed that long, but it has been. If you go back and look through all my, I think I did do an alien variation. What an alien is basically you're going to make just a basic Clapton. You're then going to decore that Clapton outer wire off of the core so that you have what we call a decore. Now your decore has to be a specific size, because it has to be a 3-to-1 ratio to the cores that you're using in order to make your alien. So if you're making if you want to make 3 26 gauge cores in an alien, you need a 26 gauge decore or a 3-core to 1-core decore, that ratio. So that is what we're looking at. Now you can do that any way you want to do it. You can look at it as, you know, 26 gauge is 0.4 millimeters. Okay, 26 gauge times 3 is 1.2 millimeters. So you think I'm taking a 0.4 decore and I'm wrapping it around a 1.2 millimeter core. So you can think of it as, just make sure you think of it in that 3-to-1 ratio. If you're just starting out on them, a great way to start out is 36 gauge wrap, 36 gauge decore off of a 26 gauge with 3 26 gauge cores. Now, well, I use square wire. Square wire is really, it's honestly easier because the cores lay against each other flat. They push against each other. Instead of them being round and going off of each other this way, the cores will lay flat against each other, and it will keep your cores from collapsing. As you're trying aliens, that is the hardest part. In any build, that's the hardest part. Keeping your cores flat, keeping them from collapsing, and you're going to spend hours trying to figure that out. And quite frankly, there's all kinds of things that you can buy that will help, but until you really figure it out your way, you're just going to have to keep trying. You can use anything as core stabilizers. You can use a clothespin, many clothespins like I use. You can use a paper clip. You can use wire. You can use ribbon. You can buy blocks, Legos, and put Legos on it. There's all kinds, clothespin, like bigger hairpins. All that kind of stuff is going to keep your cores flat. It's really preference for you. But with an alien, the one problem with it is, of using a core stabilizer, is you have to be able to move it and keep the tension and angle consistent. So as I do that today, when I move my camera, I have to move my alien. I'm going to use ribbon as my core stabilizer, and I'm going to move it down the cores as I'm moving the camera. But what I'm going to show you from above is that you're going to keep the tension and the angle exactly the same. I'm not going to move my fuse hand at all. I'm going to do everything with my drill hand. Okay, so my hand stays simple. And then you want to keep, as you're moving down your core, you want to keep a very steady pace. If you open your angle up too much, you're going to space your alien, which isn't really that big of a deal, honestly. I do it all the time just because I get in a rush. You get in a rush, you just space it and just get it done. But you really, honestly, to do it correctly, you want to keep that exact same angle down the drill. So it's really a dance with your drill. And there's ways. This is more advanced type stuff, but there's ways you can combat that with a drill. Is if you see it starting to open up a little bit, just punch your drill hard. Let your drill catch up with it, and it'll force it to tighten up again. So there's tricks you can do. That's more of an advanced type thing. Not something you're really going to worry about in the beginning. The key to doing the alien, after you do the D core, you put your cores together, you flatten them out. I'll show you how to do that. But really the key is that you're going to reverse the drill. And you're going, so if you wrap it going clockwise, your Clapton, you're going to wrap your alien going counterclockwise or reverse. If you wrap your alien going counterclockwise, you're going to wrap your alien going clockwise. It makes it a lot easier for it to lay, so you have to reverse your drill. So always remember that. So without further ado, I'm going to grab 0.4, make an easy one. We'll do 3.4 gauge cores, and then I'll show you how I set them up, and we'll wrap it up. So let me grab some. Here we go. So I'm going to use 0.4 by 0.4 Nichrome 80 square wire. Hey Turbo, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Hey Freddie, how you doing, man? All right. Get out a piece here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2 pieces off the spool. First one I'm going to take off is going to be long because I'm going to fold it over. The second one is only going to be the distance from the drill to the swivel. So my first one's going to be kind of long here. Just get it measured out. And, well, that looks about right. So set this over here. And we'll cut it off. Then my second piece, I'm going to start getting all this stuff out of the way because it's going to get pretty crowded up here. Second piece is only going to be from my swivel to the, I should bring you guys down. So why don't we do that? Let's bring you guys down here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Bring that up just a little bit. I'm going to have to focus this once I go down to the macro, but you'll be able to see. All right, so here we are. All right, so here's my first piece. My second piece, I'm just going to take it. You're going to see my swivel's off the camera, but I'm just going to take it all the way down to the end of my drill there, and that looks perfect. So cut this one off, and then once I'm done with that, I can put my 0.4 square wire away. So there's my 2 pieces. Take your wire. I always put it away as soon as I'm done with it. That way it doesn't get in the way, first off, and spool doesn't open up. And what I do is I use these bags, and that way if my tape comes loose, this spool won't unspool. It'll just sit in the bag, and I can fix it later. So put that in there. So now I have my 2 pieces. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some 38 gauge as just a tie. So I'm going to get off a couple times around the spool, piece of 38 gauge. And I'm going to grab some 0.5 ribbon. So, and I need, I don't know, let's just take out a nice piece of 0.5 ribbon. I don't need that much, but just for the sake of argument, we'll take out a couple times around the spool. Those are going to be my sliders, and I'll show you exactly how I do those. Let's move that there. Let's see, is that straight? There, it's a bit more straight. Move it a little bit more like that. I want to get you guys as much of this as you can possibly see. All right, so now I got my cores. I've got my wire I'm going to use to tie it, and I'm going to grab a stick of glue. So put that over here. All right, so I'm going to take my first piece, the bigger of the 2, which is this one. I'm going to take it, go down here, all the way to the end. I'm going to grab both ends of it, just like that. One of my ends is twisted there. You'll see it turned with a 90-degree angle in it. I'm just going to cut that off. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take both the ends just like this. Right that. Take my pliers. Grab onto it, make a little turn, and I'm just going to pull it all the way straight. So now I got a nice bend in here to shake it a little bit, work it in. I can let those go. So it doesn't really matter if these are straight or not, quite frankly. They just need to be even. We can straighten it up. We can force it to be straight later. I'm going to take my other piece of 0.4 square wire, and I'm going to lay it right in the middle of these two. So now I have it just like that. Right in the middle, just like that. Going to take my 38 gauge. And I'm just going to tie it off right on here, best I can. So we're going to do about, shit, I don't know. Let's do about 10 wraps around there. Making sure I got it all straight. So now, basically right there, it's nice and straight off of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some glue. And I'm just going to glue that on there, because if I don't glue it, what's going to happen is that loose piece is going to come loose when I'm trying to wrap it. And I got to avoid that. So I'm going to take a little glue. On there. Should be good. No glue gun anymore, man. I had to put it away. I don't have room for it anymore. So I just had to grab a glue stick. So the glue gun army, you have not lost a general. Or an emperor. Am I the emperor? Supreme Leader, that's right. Supreme Leader of the glue gun army. I'm just confined by not enough space to keep a glue gun and a cord on here. So I got stuck doing this until I can get it fixed. All right. Wrap a little glue on there. Let that sit. So now I got those all framed in there just like that. He betrayed the glue gun army. Scott uses his teeth. You're goddamn right I do. I cut everything with my teeth. I'm a fucking hillbilly. What do you expect? All right. So I'm going to, what I did was I still have a hold of it right there, holding everything perfectly apart. What I'm going to grab the round end here. That's going to go on my swivel. I'm just going to pull it about an inch. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to go back to my 38 gauge, and I'm just going to tie a piece on here. Not super tight, but I'm going to do about 5 wraps with some 38 gauge. All right, cut that there. Going to take my pliers, and I'm just going to mold it out nice and flat. There we go. Now, I'm going to take my ribbon that I cut off, and I'm going to go right behind that piece of 38 gauge that I tied on there, right here. And I'm going to put in 4 wraps, not loose, not tight. Grab my nylons, if I can find them. Oh, there they are. Grab my nylon pliers, and I'm just going to flatten that ribbon out. That ribbon's going to be my slider. That ribbon's going to keep everything nice and tight. It's going to be my lead slider. I put 2 sliders on them just because I like to have one to keep everything together in the back. But that lead slider is really what I'm looking for. Just drop that there. Now I'm going to take my 38 gauge. I'm just going to pull it down maybe 6 inches. Pull my slider right behind it. I'm going to go right back up to the top. Do it again. Pull it down. Just go up to the top, grab a hold of it, pull it down, keeping it nice and flat. And I'm just going to take another piece of 0.5 ribbon and put 4 nice wraps right around there. Just like that. Take your pliers, flatten it out. There we go. Now I'm going to clean this up. Don't want a bunch of stuff off your slider. So far, we have basically got everything nice and straight. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the end that is on the swivel, that goes on the swivel, and I'm just going to slide it on that end. So I put this loop onto my swivel. I'm going to take, this is my core, bring it back down. All right, like that. And I'm just going to take that piece of 38 gauge, and I'm going to pull it down nice and tight. Take the slider and pull it right behind it, and I'm going to pull this all the way down to my drill. That slider right behind it, keeping it nice and flat, decent tension on the end that's going into the drill. You want to keep it nice and tight. I want to keep these all super nice and tight. I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to pinch it, make sure it's nice and flat, and then I'm going to cut these jagged ends off right here. Now, why I do that is because I want to free it all up so that it lays flat. Take your pliers, get it nice and flat, all the way down to the end. That right there is going into my drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue again, and I'm going to put some glue on the end to keep it nice and tight. And that also gives my drill something to grab onto. Because if I put it in my drill just like that, it won't hold. Grab this here. And I want to try to make it as even as I possibly can. That's the great thing about using the glue gun is it's always even. With this, you have to fix it a little bit. Now, I have some extra strands of 38 gauge kind of hanging off, so I'm just going to cut those while I wait for the glue to dry. All right, there we go. Blow on this just a bit. Still holding it nice and tight. See how I got it there? All right, let's take this back like that. There we go. Gotta wait for it to dry. Nothing dries glue better than vape smoke. It'll work every stinking time. All right, so now I've got my 3 cores all lined up. I've got them nice and flat. I'm gonna take the end of it here that has the glue on it, and I'm just gonna put it in the middle of my drill. Nice and centered. You want it as centered as you possibly can get it. And I'm going to wrap my drill on it nice and tight. I'm going to crank it down onto it, pulling it nice and straight. I'm just going to give it a look. And that looks, for the most part, that looks pretty straight. Now that I have it on the drill, let's bring it down just a bit so you can see. Try to zoom that in so you can see it. There we go. Now that I have it on the drill, look, yeah, it's pretty centered. It's not perfect. Let's see if I can get it just a little better. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to try to center it best I can. All right, so center on there, crank it down. Nice and centered. All right, so you'll see here I have my first slider right there. Okay, I'm going to move it to about 1 inch away from the chuck of the drill. Spin it, make sure it's centered. Then I'm just going to look down I'm going to look down my line here, make sure that it's nice and lined up with the swivel, because I don't want to go at an angle. I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Is that Yeti's uncle? Holy shit. Good to see you, Yeti. All right, so now I have my D-core. I want to stretch my D-core. Basically, I believe it's a 3-to-1 stretch. So I don't really stretch mine anymore, so you have to forgive me. I just kind of stretch it a little bit just to get it going, but you want to stretch it basically 3-to-1, and you want it to look like you're a stretched out telephone cord when you're done with it. So if you're going to stretch it, do it a 3-to-1 stretch. I think it's 3-to-1. Gosh, somebody help me in the chat. I don't do the stretch anymore. I used to do 6-to-1 on Enigmas, so I think it's 3-to-1 on Aliens, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you have like a foot, you want to stretch it 3 feet, is what I'm saying. I'm going to wrap the end around here. Take my pliers, and you always want your build to be nice and flat when it comes right out of the chuck. That's the most important part. Try to keep it nice and flat coming out of your chuck. 3-to-1 says Court. Thank you. 3-to-1 D-core, 7.5-to-1 stretch, Nick. Okay, so if you have a foot, you want to stretch it about 7 feet. That sounds right. I unfortunately use like kind of a no stretch. Basically what I do is I stretch it about half, and then I just use tension just to tune it in. But that's something that right from the beginning you're probably not going to be able to do. All right, so start the drill up. Guys, let's see if I can get you guys down here. It may be a little difficult, but I'll try. And that's pretty focused in. Let me see if I can get a little better. Yeah, it's pretty focused in. All right, here we go. So I've got to deal with a little garbage there up front. Let's just get past that. Straighten it up a little bit. All right, so what I always do is I start it out, I go about a 1/2 inch, and then I just push it down. Push it together nice and flat, and we're off. So we're gonna roll this, take my slider, I'm gonna move it down just a bit. right, now I'm gonna move you guys up because I want you guys to see what I do with my hands here. So what I'm doing, move it over here. All right, so I'm at my slider. I'm gonna move my slider down some more, and I'm basically holding that same tension and keeping that angle because I wanted to start and I messed up. See where I messed it up? That's all right. Just working it. I'm just moving my hand ever so slowly right with the wire, keeping that angle. Angle, you're gonna lead it just a little bit. You wanna be just in front of it with your wire. All right, it's caught on something. It's all right. So, put a little moisture on my fingers here. All right, move that down some more. Nice and flat. Cores are staying nice and flat for me. Oh, fuck. I moved my hand too much. All right, there we go. Keep that nice and tight. You'll see the tension, how far I'm pulling it towards me. I got really good tension on it. So let's move this down. And try to zoom that in for you best I can. All right. We're just going to keep going until we run out of decor. I got something on my hand, like some debris or some cotton or something. Got picked up in the build. Down, move this down. All right, move you guys down. I don't know how much further I'll be able to go, but we'll try and get it going. Okay, only got about maybe 10 inches of decor left, so let's see how much further I can get. All right, that's it. That is that. So let's cut this off here. So I had a lot. I could have done another decor, but that's okay. So we'll cut that there. Cut this down here. Stream. Gotta be kidding me. There we go. It's coming back. Sorry about that, guys. I think I lost the stream. Fucking something's going on with the internet today. We've had weather here horrible, so I don't know how far you guys actually saw. But I got about 17 inches, so enough for a couple sets. 7. Yeah, these are my 30T build, which is 4 wrap on a 3.5. Need about 3.5 inches. And what I typically do when I get done with the run, I'll take my nylons and I'll just go down and give it a nice push. You could either do that or you can roll it. I just use the nylons. I don't know. That's just how I do it. Either way it works. But I'm just kind of flattening it out, getting it nice and tight, making sure the wrap's on there real good. Probably cut that off. I don't really need that part. So my 30T build, I usually cut about 3.25 inch blocks. So I don't know exactly how much that will be. Yeah, about 3.25 is all I need for each coil. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sets and an extra. So what I would do is just keep that one for the next one. That is how you make an alien. Now that's kind of the speed course of it. There's obviously a lot of stuff I left out. And quite frankly, like a lot of it, like you have to basically know some of the basics in order to kind of pick up on some of the things I'm saying and doing. And I apologize for that, but that's just how my brain thinks now. And if I don't sit down and like write it all out, like I won't remember to tell you some of the basic things, like, you know, reversing the drill, you know, the angle. Like I wasn't telling you to lead it. I just automatically assume, you know, but you got to lead it. You make sure that you keep it, like if that's a 90-degree angle, perpendicular angle, you want it about like that. You want to be ahead of it, maybe, I don't know, 20 degrees ahead of it, pulling it. You're kind of pulling it down the wire. The other thing with that, and what you saw me mess up, was I rest my hand on my table, so because I'm lazy. And so when I move it, sometimes I jerk. And when I jerk, it opens up your build and you don't get it. What you should do is keep your hand off the table and move it with the build. That's the way you should do it, and that way you don't jerk. You're just a nice, smooth action. The other thing you should do is you should try to keep your cords flat and not have sliders on it and just run down it. Or maybe one slider in the middle. You know what I mean? Count it off like, okay, if I do 7.5 inches, that'll be my first set. So I'll put my slider at 7.5 inches, do that first set, move it, another 7.5, do your next set. That's really how you should do it. But with the camera, I got to kind of keep moving it, so it's a little more difficult. Yeti, so good to see you, man. Jeff Lawson, good to see you. All right, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have a giveaway today. The giveaway today is for Tony Builds Toronto. You're going to be able to win 2 sets of coils from him. To do so, you're going to have to put a number in yesterday's episode of the Vape at 5. So if you have not done that, go do that now, and we're going to pull a number here in about 10 minutes. Looks like some people added, so great. Awesome. Love you too, Yeti. Well, man, dude. How you doing, brother? Great to see you, dude. I talk to Yeti occasionally on Facebooks. Talked to him today for a little bit. I already won the giveaway, said. You already won the giveaway. How you doing, Freddie? Good to see you, man. I'll tell you, Hobby Lobby and Michael's, you'll have a field day. You'll have a fucking field day in there. There'll be, you know, a bunch of crafting, typically ladies craft, obviously, and there'll be a lot of ladies in their shop, and it'll be you. And you'll be having as much fun as it. You'll be like looking at all the cool stuff they have. And now that we do the iron-ons, we do the nylon iron-on. So we have a Cricut machine, a Cricut cut machine, and we can buy stuff there for that too. So it's like we spend all day at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. How much to win? How much to win? Oh. I don't know price. Hey, Lady Louisiana, good to see you. Happy you are here. He just wanted the news. My neighbors are pissed off with the internet usage. Nah. You know, we switch carriers, and it's different. It's a lot cheaper. We were using, so there's 2 cable providers in our area. One is really, really pricey and really, really good, but I just couldn't see paying like more than double what it cost for the other one. So we knocked that one out and went with the cheaper one. And I mean, we have some hiccups. I had them out to the house a couple times. If you remember when I first started doing the show, It dropped again. It's dropping again. It's dropping again. There it goes. There it goes. Let me see if it's my computer or if it's the actual internet. I think it's the internet today. There we go. It's back. I'm having a heck of a time today, man. I'm having a heck of a time keeping this damn internet up. So, without further ado, we will go ahead and do the giveaway. So, I'm going to bring up Monday's episode, and we'll pick a number, and then you will find out who did it before the internet goes down again. All right. Let's see how many entries we got. 28. 28 entries. There we go. All right, if you can hear me, I will do the drawing for the giveaway for the coils on the Facebook page. So I will just use my internet or my phone internet. All right, I don't know if you can hear me. All right. Giveaway is going to be on the Facebook page, guys. So come over there when you're ready. I'll be upstairs. Probably start in like 5-10 minutes. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you over there.